Breathing, it is the first thing we do when we are born. It is also the last thing we do before we die. We breathe all day, every day, without much thought. This simple act is so fundamental to our existence, yet most of us pay very little attention to how we breathe. We take it for granted, like the air around us. But what if I told you that you breathe matters? What if I told you it holds a key to better health, a calmer mind, and even a deeper connection to yourself, affecting us physically and mentally every single moment of our lives each day? Our ancestors knew the power of breath. They developed practices around it. They understood its link to vitality and consciousness. In many ancient traditions, breath was synonymous with life force itself. They called it prana in India, chi in China. These cultures recognized that controlling breath could lead to control over mind and body. Somewhere along the way in our busy modern lives, we seem to have forgotten this ancient wisdom. We have become shallow breathers, mouth breathers, stressed breathers. This forgotten knowledge is waiting to be rediscovered by each of us for profound benefits to our well-being. Think about it. Your breath changes with your emotions constantly. When you are scared, your breath becomes quick and shallow. When you are relaxed, your breath is slow and deep. This is not a coincidence at all. The connection is direct and powerful. The way we breathe can influence our heart rate, our blood pressure, and even our digestion directly. It can impact our sleep quality and our ability to focus throughout the day. Mastering your breath is like finding a hidden control panel for your own well-being, impacting your physical state in very real and tangible ways. Unlocking the power of breath is not about learning some complicated secret. It is about returning to a natural, efficient way of breathing. It is about becoming aware of this vital function. It is about using simple techniques to improve its quality. This journey can transform your physical health, bringing more energy. It can soothe your emotional turmoil, bringing peace. It can sharpen your mental clarity, bringing focus. It can even open doors to a greater sense of spiritual connection if you seek it. Let's explore this incredible, often overlooked power together in the following sections. Our body has an amazing system designed for breathing. It is a complex machine working tirelessly. The main stars of this system are, of course, our lungs. These spongy, elastic organs sit protected within our rib cage. They are not just empty bags, but intricate structures. They are filled with millions of tiny air sacs called alveoli. This is where the magic of gas exchange happens, a truly vital process. Understanding this design helps us appreciate every single breath we take. It is a marvel of natural engineering built for survival and more, functioning non-stop from birth. But the lungs cannot do their job alone. They need help from a powerful muscle. This muscle is called the diaphragm. It is a large dome-shaped muscle located at the base of the chest. When we inhale correctly, the diaphragm contracts and moves downward. This movement creates more space in our chest cavity. This extra space allows the lungs to expand fully. It pulls air into our body like a gentle vacuum cleaner. Many people don't use their diaphragm properly, relying on chest muscles instead, which is far less efficient for good breathing and overall oxygen intake. Our ribs also play a crucial role in this process. They form a protective cage around our lungs and heart. The muscles between our ribs, called intercostal muscles, help to expand and contract the chest. When we inhale, these muscles lift the ribs up and out. This further increases the volume of the chest cavity. It allows even more air to enter the lungs easily. When we exhale, the diaphragm relaxes and moves up. The ribs move down and in. This pushes the air out of our lungs naturally, completing the cycle of breath. And let's not forget the starting point, the nose. Our nose is much more than just an entryway for air. It is a sophisticated filter, a heater, and a humidifier. Nasal breathing warms and moistens the air before it reaches our lungs. It also filters out dust, pollen, and other particles effectively. This protects our delicate lung tissues from potential harm. Breathing through the mouth bypasses these important functions entirely. This can lead to various problems. So the nose is truly the unsung hero of healthy breathing, designed for optimal air intake and preparation. Breathing is not just about moving air in and out. It is a vital physiological process. It fuels every cell in our body. When we inhale, we draw in air that contains oxygen. This oxygen is essential for life, like fuel for an engine. The air travels down our windpipe or trachea. It then branches into smaller tubes called bronchi and bronchioles. Finally, it reaches the tiny air sacs in our lungs, the alveoli. This journey is quick and efficient, designed to deliver life-giving oxygen where it is needed most within our system for energy production throughout the body. In the alveoli, a critical exchange takes place. These tiny sacs are surrounded by a network of small blood vessels called capillaries. Oxygen from the inhaled air passes through the thin walls of the alveoli. It moves into the blood flowing through these capillaries. At the same time, a waste gas called carbon dioxide moves out. Carbon dioxide is carried by the blood from our body's cells. It passes from the capillaries into the alveoli. This exchange is silent but constant, happening with every single breath we take, supporting all bodily functions without us even noticing. Once oxygen enters the bloodstream, it attaches to a protein called hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is found in our red blood cells. These red blood cells act like tiny delivery trucks. They transport the oxygen to every organ, tissue, and cell in our body. Our cells use this oxygen to produce energy. This energy powers everything we do, from thinking and moving to healing and growing. Without a constant supply of oxygen, our cells cannot function properly. They would quickly begin to die, showing how critical breathing is for our survival in daily activity levels. When we exhale, we expel the carbon dioxide that has moved into our alveoli. Carbon dioxide is often seen as just a waste product. However, it plays a crucial role in our body. It helps regulate our blood pH, which is very important for homeostasis. It also influences how easily oxygen is released from hemoglobin to our tissues. If we breathe too fast or too shallowly, we can exhale too much CO2. This can disrupt this delicate balance. It can lead to issues like dizziness or anxiety. Proper breathing maintains this crucial CO2 balance for overall health. Many people use the terms breathing and respiration interchangeably. However, they refer to two distinct yet connected processes. Breathing, also known as ventilation, is the mechanical act. It involves moving air into and out of the lungs. This is what we consciously experience. It is the physical process we discussed earlier, involving the diaphragm, ribs, and lungs. It is the rhythmic pattern of inhales and exhales that sustains us. We can often control the pace and depth of our breathing, making it a tool we can use for our benefit. Respiration, on the other hand, is a much deeper process. It happens at the cellular level, inside every cell of our body. Cellular respiration is the chemical process. It is where cells use the oxygen delivered by our blood. They use this oxygen to break down glucose, sugar, from food. This breakdown releases energy that our cells need to function. This is the true purpose of getting oxygen into our bodies. It is the engine room of life, quietly working away inside us, unseen but absolutely essential for survival and daily energy needs. So, breathing is the gateway. It is the way we get oxygen from the outside world into our lungs. From there, the oxygen enters our bloodstream. Respiration then takes over at the cellular level. It is the process that actually uses that oxygen to produce energy. Think of breathing as the delivery truck bringing fuel, oxygen, to a factory, the cell. Respiration is the factory itself, using that fuel to make products, energy. Both are absolutely vital for life to continue, working in perfect harmony to sustain our existence every second. Understanding this difference is important. It helps us appreciate why correct breathing is so crucial. If our breathing is inefficient or dysfunctional, we might not get enough oxygen into our lungs, or we might not transport it effectively to our cells. This can impair cellular respiration. Our cells will struggle to produce enough energy. This can lead to fatigue, poor health, and a range of other problems. Therefore, good breathing habits directly support efficient cellular respiration. This in turn supports our overall vitality and well-being every day, contributing to a better quality of life. Section 5. The emotional thermostat. How breath shapes our feelings. Our breath and our emotions are deeply intertwined. They constantly influence each other in a dynamic dance. Think about how your breathing changes when you feel strong emotions. When you are angry or scared, your breath often becomes fast and shallow. It might even feel like you cannot catch your breath properly. Your heart might race and your muscles might tense up. This is a natural response preparing your body for action. This shows a direct link between your state of mind and your breathing pattern, an immediate physical manifestation of your feelings. Conversely, when you feel calm and relaxed, your breath tends to be slow and deep. It flows gently from your abdomen, your heart rate slows down, and your muscles relax. This connection is not a one-way street. Just as emotions can change your breath, Changing your breath can change your emotions.